Why, hello, SEO viewers. I'm Dave. I think everybody knows me. If you know me on the group, I'm brand new admin on there. I'm also the brilliant mind behind that Exodia video. Figured I'd bring you the deck. Well, excuse me, backing up a little bit. I am in charge of bringing you guys news on events, regionals, YCS, worlds, blah blah blah, things like that. Since next week I'll be going one step further and actually going to a regionals, Cleveland, Ohio regionals, I will be updating you guys on or not updating you guys, but making a video shortly after I go there about what I saw, what to expect, and what I endured while I went there. But I forgot to give you a deck profile of the deck that I will be taking along with me, which is my Genus deck. Not that stun shit everybody runs. I absolutely hate that deck. God, I hate it. This is basic synchro, so yes, I'm not a big fan of XYZs. I realize that they're a good set of cards, but they just don't do it for me. So yeah, why don't we get started here? I know there's a lot of questions, and I'll do more explaining afterwards. 2 Genus Cyber Magician. This is your level 1 tuner out of the bunch. Goes very well with Rhino. Like all Genus monsters, whenever he is destroyed and sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you can search for any Genus monster besides himself and add it to your hand. 1 Striker, obviously it's with 1, so we have to run 1. Striker is your special summoner, and he works very well with good old Warwolf here. Special summons when a level 4 or lower has been special summoned both by you or your opponent, so that very much helps out. And to finish off your lineup, there are 3 Genus Rush Rhino. There you go. He's your beater. Every time he attacks, he gains 400. The only bad thing about that is people can turn around and just smack him right back during their next turn. So yes, he's a very good card. He just kind of, when he at the end of the day, he still has a 1600 attack pointed monster, and that kind of holds him back a little bit. Then I'll have my plant lineup, which is Spore, Dandelion, and Lone Fire Blossom. These guys are amazing. I was going to run Copy Plant, but I couldn't find a room for them. And you'll hear me say that quite a bit about a lot of cards. You got your 3 Junk Synchron. Why do I run 3? Because the deck didn't seem to work very well without 3 of them. When I had 2, I never drew them. I just don't know why. It just never happened for me. And of course, you can run a Junk Synchron without having your targets, which are 2 Raikou, very useful card in this deck, and 2 2 Doppel Warrior. The tokens are what really help out, because you do want to do a lot of level 2 synchroing in this deck. And 1 Plague Spreader, very easy to get out. 2 Veiler, pretty basic. 1 Black Alestus Soldier. Unfortunately, no Chaos Sorcerer to accompany him. Trust me, I did run him at a point in time. He just wasn't convenient. Another thing is you really don't want to banish a lot of your Genus monsters, because Blade Blaster does that plenty, and you don't really want them to be banished. You don't want them to be out of your reach. Sure, you could run Leviair, but like I said, this deck and XYZs just do not mix well together, and it's just not something that I want to do. And to finish off my monster lineup, 1 Tragodia. 2 was way too inconvenient and inconsistent. No, I do not run Gores. I know people are going to get so annoyed with me about that. Gores just was not, much like I said about Chaos Sorcerer, just was not convenient. I know Gores is Gores. He's an amazing card. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying, for what the deck's supposed to do, I do not need him. Tragodia does his job. Not to mention, he does, I need him for things like the Sigma, which is the only XYZ that I run. I'll explain that in a little bit. And, taking levels is something that you need him to do. He's very convenient. He's just over Gores. Yes. Anyway, spell lineup. 2 MST. And the flock of onesies that I run. Avarice. Monster Reborn. Mind Control. 1 for 1. Kind of like this extra deck. Not extra deck, this crap. Rhoda. Heavy. Allure. Dark Hole. And Foolish Burial. Trap lineup. 2 warnings. I don't run judgments in anything. I just don't like it. 2 compulse. I ran these over bottomless. I like these better. And 1 TGEMI allows you to swap out your cards and take control of something your opponent has, thus putting you in a very, very big state of power. That's your main deck. Extra, if I sound very stressed out right now, it's because it's late, I'm tired, I want to go play Skyrim. I recorded this video from my channel, and then three times, because both times the videos are too long, and it racked my brain here, it just destroyed me. Extra deck. 1 Formula Synchron, very useful for the deck, gives you a draw, and helps you, get out things like shooting Quasar, shooting Star Dragon, and, other things like that. 1 Dragonfly, very useful, helps you get a Halberd Cannon. Armory Arm. I'm not going to go into much explaining for some things, but I will explain a few cards, like Wonder Magician. When she's summoned, you can destroy 1 spell trap card on the field. You have to do this. This is mandatory, so if your opponent has a back row, no back row, and you do, no me gusta. This is also your tuner synchro. So yeah, and when she's destroyed, you get to draw 1, so that's nice. Junk Warrior, for, your junk doppel crap. 1 Librarian, very standard. Frozen Fitzgerald, I love this guy, he's good. When you attack, your opponent cannot activate a spell or trap card until the end of the damage step, and he and this is for Junk Synchron and Raikou. 1 Gaia Knight, the only level 6 that I run. I don't have any room for another one, and yeah, because he's just useful. He's okay. Helps you get over Stardust, which is great. Black Rose, very standard. Stardust Dragon, not much explaining to do there, honestly. Scrap Dragon, very useful effect, since whenever a TG monster is destroyed, you can search, so you can blow up something useless, and, get a very big plus off of it. Excuse me. My favorite card in the entire game, 1 Tech Genus Blade Blaster. I love Tech Genus Blade Blaster, he's so amazing. I'm not going to go into detail about his effect, but he's just an absolute behemoth. 1 Shooting Star Dragon, I mentioned him earlier, keep up. TG Halberd Cannon, or Tech Genus Halberd Cannon. This is your Quasar. I don't have Quasar, so I run this guy. I don't even give a shit because this guy's awesome. I love him. He's my baby. I don't go for him. I don't base my entire play around getting him out, but if it is an option, I do go for him. And to finish it off, like I said, 1 Violent to Sigma. I don't have Catastor, and that was my biggest problem, is that I didn't have Catastor. Well, what do you do when you have a Catastor? You substitute, and this is a great substitute. I'm not going to go into detail about his effect, but basically he does have a Catastor-esque effect. Since a lot of the dominating decks right now are 1 attributed decks, this guy helps. Originally had Zen mains, but, he was better. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I'm dying a little bit over here. But yes, I will see everyone later. Stay tuned for more SEO crapola. And like I said, I will be going to the Cleveland, Ohio Regionals, and I will be keeping you guys updated on everything that happens there. And yeah, see everyone later.